Onstage, Onstage with Jim and Tom. 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 Tom and Jim.
Tonight, we welcome a band to the stage at the Phoenix Theater that has created so many memories and experiences in this very place. Yep. Tonight, we welcome a band that, in their words, returns lower class to a higher echelon with unbridled energy and raw talent reminiscent of the early fathers of punk, thrash, and heavy metal. Tonight, we welcome a band that's been at it since 2008, and we're very thrilled to welcome to this show. Tonight, we welcome Spencer, Jordie, Chris, Clay, the band called Thought Vomit.
That's true.
Are we all familiar with the website Urban Dictionary?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
An individual named Jordie did an entry for Thought Vomit. Was it the Jordie that's seated at this table here tonight?
That wasn't
most likely.
I plead the fifth.
Okay, well, there were three definitions for Thought Vomit on Urban Dictionary by an individual named Jordie. One was a thrash punk band from Sebastopol, California. Okay, check. How fun is that?
And survey says.
The second was an utter lack of verbal inhibition, and the third was the result of overthinking. Examples of in a sentence, that guy who won't shut up, everything he says is thought vomit. Another example in a sentence, or the people who look into things way too deeply, they turn everything into thought vomit. So let's talk about the name Thought Vomit, because it's a name you see from a mile away.
I love putting it on the marquee, actually.
Yeah.
What made you come to it, if anything, or did it just...
Honestly, it was a thought vomit within itself. So me and this guy used to be in a band called First Class Fuck Ups.
Yeah.
And
Before we were going to name ourselves the Maloop Scootin' Doo-Doo Cunts. Yeah.
and let's get a repeat on that.
The Maloop Scootin' Doo-Doo Cunts. That was the name the drummer pitched, and almost a winner.
Yeah.
So
you missed an opportunity on that one. But
I think it would have been gold. But
so I was doing vocals with him in that band, and I wanted to kind of experiment with playing bass, and so two of the founding members, Tyler and Dan, that aren't with us anymore.
They're still alive, but they're not in the band.
And before we were Thought Vomit, I think our name was Catheter Suck Fest.
Yeah.
And then we're like Adversary, and they're like, "There's so many. That's stupid." And then we're sitting in class, and it was me and our old drummer Dan and his ex-girlfriend. I'm like, "Vomit Thought," and she's like, "Thought Vomit." I was like, "That sounds so much better."
And it flows so well.
One of my favorite things about this type of music and this type of band are the names of the bands.
When we started, it started as a joke. Originally it was a joke, but then we decided, once we realized that we were making fun music that was more than just funny,
But when you say funny, so you would just kind of intentionally have offensive lyrics that were kind of like...
Exactly.
And when you're a kid, it's fun to have to shock and to offend.
Yeah.
I think the thing is, though, is it's one thing to be funny and stuff, because there's a lot of guys even the most offensive shit that we've ever said on a record or anything, compare that to any song by the fucking Mentors, and they say more in 3 minutes than we have in our whole 8 years.
We didn't necessarily stop playing them because they were offensive. We just stopped playing them because we were writing better songs, that were more fun to play.
Well, and really, there was that one little moment with the 12-year-old kids.
We
were singing about fuck hookers, snort lines, kick the shit out of your friend, and then these kids are all like...
So this was a definite moment then. You were playing a show and there were 12-year-olds.
That was at fucking...
That wasn't Roosters.
No, that was at the fucking Unity or some shit.
It was Unity. I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember the kids and I'm singing. I think it was All the Above, and I'm sitting there staring at this kid stoked. I'm like, okay.
Snort drugs, kill your family.
Maybe we should put a better message in his head.
Wow. What do you think about all this, Tom? Because I know you're not a fan of censorship. You're a fan of people should say what they want.
But I understand that. There was a time with Thus the Buzz where we ended up doing it was a kids party or something. I don't know what the hell we were doing there.
Thus the Buzz was one of Tom's bands?
Yeah, it was in a backyard, and the set we were playing at that time was fairly adultly sexually charged.
Yeah.
And I just... I was choking on every word. Oh, my God. Can't be doing this. But all you can do is hope that most of the people here can't understand the thing I'm saying.
Exactly.
You really got to hope on that.
I think a big part of it is that mainly, we just didn't really want to do like a shock thing anymore. And like, think about what we're saying out there.
Now, how old are you now, though?
25.
And the band was founded when you were how old?
Fuck, like, what was that then? I'm terrible at math. 17?
Yeah.
17, 18.
So, the way you're articulating it now, you may not have been able to articulate at 17, but I think that was kind of the point of making music. Well, no, I know you wouldn't have given a shit, but I'm saying, like, 8 years as a band, has why you do it changed, or do you still do it for the same reason?
This is a note that kind of answers that question. I didn't read it to these guys yet, but it's like, we are hardcore rooted yet undefined, heavy influence from old school punk thrash to hints of new metal. If you like to go wild, but when to say something, you've got to stand up for what you believe in and live life to the fullest. We aim to inspire, but just like to have fun being ourselves.
And so this band's been around 8 years, and from when you were teenagers to when you're now in your mid-20s. Your entire lives have changed around this band, I would assume, right?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Has it been hard to keep it together?
Some points were really rough, and so you've got everybody's life, everybody's problems, everybody's emotions, everybody's drama.
It's stressful. You guys have done a few tours, I think, haven't you?
This is our first tour in April. It was our first one. That Makes No Sense tour.
It Makes No Sense tour, which you were touring the Can't Understand Normal Thinking album. Is that correct?
By then we actually had like, I think half our set list was all unreleased shit, all new
that
stuff.
we had just written.
That the stuff we all pumped out in a night and we're super happy with. And
to his point, you mentioned before you played the fourth song that you'll be playing tonight, because we record that before we do the interview and then play it after for the final product. But you mentioned that the fourth song, or maybe the fifth song, was based off of a story that happened on tour.
Yeah.
What's the story?
So when we were in Arcata, we would split up into two street teams, as we called them. These guys, Chris and Spencer, would hang out in the actual town square, hand out flyers, play guitar, and Jordie and I would just go to the bars and get drinks, get drunk, meet people, and talk to them.
Have a good time.
Yeah. And so we met this one girl, and it was just the weirdest person. But we went back to her apartment, and there's like jars of formaldehyde cobras and scorpions, and she was telling us stories about, because she was a mortician, and she was telling us stories about like ex-boyfriends that had died, and she got to like pull his heart out and hold the heart, and it's like, all right, so you're definitely a character. We walk into the apartment, and there's this, among all the other shit, there's a big pelican on the wall, and I remember Spence just asked, like, so is that like taxidermy? Or she's like, no, I just found it on the beach. Most of his guts were already ripped out, so I just brought him home, gave him a bath, and vacuumed him, and put him on the wall. Right.
Hanging right above the couch, just full pelican.
Did it smell? Did the room smell? She probably used some of her mortician skills to scoop it all out.
Preserve the
Preserve
thing.
it.
Bird.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a giant rotting bird on her fucking wall.
So and the song was about the bird.
It's essentially for now we're calling it Pelican Witch.
That is a wonderful story, and one of the greatest things about playing in a band and playing your music and interacting with people you would never interact with is you meet people like that. Mm-hmm. You guys have been a band for 8 years. What would you like to see this project do? What more would you like to do with it?
quit my job.
Is that on the table?
Live,
if you
live in a damn van and fucking tour forever? Yeah.
That's something, could we all agree that would be something we would do if the opportunity was presented to us?
If there was a way to do it, yeah.
That's an important statement because, like I said, everything in your life has probably changed around this band. You know, girlfriends come and go, friends come and go. You're no longer in. Does anybody go to school still that's on this table?
Apartments come and go.
Schools for chumps.
Yeah.
Shut up.
I'm just saying that life has changed.
I tried school like 3 times.
And it's taken a bunch of work to keep it all together, I'm sure. You know, I mean, if you're having a hard time for a year because of whatever personal situation, everybody else has to kind of work with you to work around that.
Yeah, well, I mean, I personally, I actually did do something like that where I went and tried to fucking go be a fucking, like, fisherman in Alaska, right, for a summer, and
that was the one.
Ended up, you know, failing the piss test and then being stranded in Seattle for like a month.
Yeah.
Shit gets hard, but like this is when it's something you can always fall back on and you don't feel like you're working at it, then it just makes it easier.
Yeah, no, it really does help with everything else in life to have a good group of friends and bandmates playing music
Yeah.
with each other, because you know, it's a release, it's a way to, you know, deal with other things, you know, or it's a way to not deal with the other things that are going on in life, you know.
Deal with them at some point, but to survive through them because of something that is deemed to be good in your life, you know, making memories. I mean, you guys have such a history on this stage, and I think it would be impossible to tell the Thought Vomit story without the Phoenix being present.
Seriously, this is a place where dreams happen. Like in December, we opened for Soulfly. This was my first tattoo. You know what I mean? Wow. So, like, you know, that's another family influence is Soulfly.
And that was a good show.
And I've grown up going to see, you know, the Cavaliers play, and we got to play with them here, you know, so it was literally a dream come true. You can't really
that worked.
top. I mean, you can top it with your own dream, but like as far as me personally, that was a life accomplishment that I never thought would really happen. You know, we always joked about we played with Soulfly, but we played with Soulfly here.
Well, thank you guys so much for coming and doing this with us tonight.
Hell yeah! Thanks for having us.
Thanks
man.
again.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, I mean, again, this show is filmed at the Phoenix Theater, and it just feels wrong not to have you guys on because you have been such a presence over the last 8 years. So you are a part of this building's history, too, in a major way.
Yep. Thanks a lot.
And to everybody who is listening, stick around because Thought Vomit is going to play us a big set of music in just a moment.
Set. Yeah. You're going to like
We've
it.
already seen it. You liked it? You had a good time?
I liked it. Yeah, it was good.
All right. Well, again, thanks, guys.
Like this and one here and the other. You better be prepared. We're waiting right here, wait. I'm ready to inflict this fear. Fingers all falling on. Super glue them back on. Make sure you don't use too much. It's not been a sticky situation. Turn around, face me right now. I'm not done with you yet. Put your dukes up, keep your chin down, or you're ready to lose a few teeth. Sliced up all of your palm open. No need to cry about it. Use a bit of glue in your fix. No need for a bullshit stick. They want me to give you the what I'm more than happy to oblige. So I hit hard. Ouch. Looking at your past, then you'll never see the future. Keep looking backwards and never make a plan for something better than you had. How do you spend yours? What do you have to spend it on? What past time do you hold close to you until it's gone? The clock. Excuse me, but do you have the time? May I borrow yours because I seem to have misplaced mine? If you can't let me Timmy willy-nilly, I'll have to take it push to the extreme. The shit running out. Make a choice. It's time for you to make your choice. How do you spend yours? What do you have to spend it on? What bad time do you hold close to you until it's gone? Searching for a higher path. Live here, live now, or just give up. Live here, live now, or just give up. Live here, live now, what do you have to spend it on? What past time do you want close to you? Until it's gone. Too late. It's like this now. much more than most. Thinking back with your head, when your life has been to shit. Dismissal from dismissal, gonna fly above the mist.
Disaster. I ask you, who is the slave and who is the master? It's not like any of that really matters. Think any one person can legitimately stand over another? The choices you make affect you straight up and indirectly touch on the people around you. You don't have the strength to make a good call. Nothing is what you should choose to do, leaving the situation open to interpretation. That's big close.
Turmoil that can shake you up, then you feel so paralyzed. You can't move, or speak, or think. Your mental state has been closed shut. There's nothing going on inside your mind. What are you so afraid of? On the top of my head I'd say failure, because I know what it's like to seem stupid, and how normal it turns out to be odd. Follow my breath into the darkness, out of
the dark